98% of females are here to waste your time. Fellas, I've said it once, I'm gonna say it again. Women don't have a life, they just go with the flow. Having a life does not mean that you pass your teenage years, lose your virginity in high school or even middle school. You hang out with all the popular kids, the football athletes. You switch guys every month or every 2 months or so, or even other guys in other high schools around your area, even college guys sometimes, because some states have a lower age of consent than 18. And then you go to college, you do the exact same thing but 10 times more. You start bar hopping, binge drinking, start putting on weight. You go through college to get a bullcrap bachelor's degree that you think is gonna pay off at the end when really it pays you $20,000 or $30,000 a year after you get out with at least $50,000 or $60,000 worth of student loan debt. And then you have tons of consumer debt as well on top of that because you love going shopping, you love going on girls' nights out. You just drain your money down the toilet for nothing because Big Daddy government is there or your own daddy is there or some other guys taking out you on dates. And even then, you still waste a ton of money even though so many guys are out here trying to spend money on you. And then you tell yourself while you're doing all this, you tell yourself that I'm gonna find that good man one day, and I'm gonna settle down with him, and everything's gonna be okay. And before you know, you're 25, 26, 28, 30, with tons of baggage, and no man in your life. Because as you age, more and more guys start leaving your circle, because you start getting older, you start sagging, your skin starts sagging. That's not having a life. That's going with the flow in life. And unfortunately, most guys out here are doing the exact same thing as well. But at least we know that most entrepreneurs are guys, not women. So it tells us that guys are more in number in an advanced position than women. Guys are guys have a higher number in advanced positions than women. No, it's not because white supremacy or white power or unequal rights. It's not because toxic masculinity. It's because women are lazy, they're complacent, and also they just don't have that drive in them to go to the next level in their career or make it happen, make that big of salaries or make it that big in their life. They just don't have that drive in them. That's just a biological thing. You can't fight that. There has been women out there who have fought it, yeah, but I'm talking about vast majority, overwhelming vast majority of women. I'm talking about them. So, what do they do? What do you think that they're gonna do with your time if they're wasting their own time like this? Fellas, they get a high, they get a good sense of good feeling from wasting your time. It gives them validation. It tells them that I have so many guys in my phone who wants to take me out, who wants to hang out with me. I am so wanted by everyone. That's what's telling them. And they get that feeling without even giving up what you want from them, which is what's in between their legs. So it's a win-win situation for her, and it's a lose-lose situation for you. How does she waste your time, fellas? It's simple. If you first get her number from the mall or out about going your on your own way, and you bump into some girl or you see some girl and you meet her, you exchange numbers. If she takes 4, 5, 6 hours to respond to that initial text, she's wasting your time. Again, I've said this one before as well, and I'm saying it again, is that we all get our text messages. Usually, we all get our text messages within the first 3 minutes because every single person here are glued to their phones. Guys are out here wearing jeans, and when you put your phone in your jeans, even girls who wear jeans, And we know that most girls out here wearing leggings, so even leggings and jeans, and the phone vibrates, it's really close to your skin. You'll feel it pretty quick. They always have their phone on them, if not anything else. So they have seen your text messages. They're trying to manipulate you from that very first step. The plane hasn't even take off yet. It's having trouble at takeoff. She's wasting your time there. You ask her on a date. She said, "Yeah, sure, we'll hang out." Or you said that let's hang out sometime. She said, "Yeah, sure, let's make it happen." And then when the time comes of you actually setting the date for her and the time and the meeting place, she starts acting wishy-washy. That's wasting time. You go to the date and she's acting all happy and excited to see you, but then when you go to the date, she doesn't put out. She acts like a prude. You try to touch her, you try to kiss her, you try to take her back to your house, this and that. She just starts putting objections after objections after objections. Yeah, these are SHIT tests. I get it. But it's also wasting your time, especially if you're not that advanced in game. So you have two options now. Either learn game and get better and get really, really good at how you're talking to women, how you're being seductive, even though there's going to be a cap to that, there's going to be a limit to that. And also get your stuff together, or just walk away from the whole scene. Whichever option you pick, I'm here to support you 100%. I'm not here to tell you guys what you should do. I'm just here to tell you guys that they're going to waste your time. 98% of them. Last week I met two girls. Both of them were from Instagram. Guys, go check me out on Instagram, okay? My username is @zeekpeak. Same thing as my channel name here. I met two girls off of Instagram, and I smashed both of them in the same exact week. No, sorry, I take it back. I met one girl the week before last week, so 2 weeks ago, and I smashed her last week, and then I met the second girl last week, and I smashed her the very same day I met her. We started talking. That's called making things happen. When a woman, and this is not the first time that has happened to me, fellas. I have met numerous amount of chicks from Instagram and smashed within a week or so. There's been tons of times where I've met and smashed them in the very first day, and then the rest of them were usually between a week or a week and a half. That's the difference between a woman who's genuinely wanting to make things happen versus somebody who's just out here going to be playing games. First of all, you have to understand that meeting women online and making things happen from a meeting after meeting them online is hard enough already. The only reason I keep still doing it is because my Instagram has 20,000 plus followers and I have a six pack. I have a picture of that on my Instagram. So when a girl comes across my Instagram, and I also have pictures of me doing motorcycle stunts and going to places here and there. So it's not a boring Instagram that I have. And also the number of followers help with that as well. When a girl looks at my profile, they're like, "Oh, what's he about? Let me check him out." But I get it that most guys are not like that. Which is why you have to understand that even if you're doing Tinder or on other dating sites, they're there. The odds of you actually taking this girl out or meeting out in public or making things happen with her in person are slim to none, pretty much. And Slim just died. So, why is that? Because we already talked about this, guys. Come on, I don't want to beat a dead horse to the dead. I don't want to beat a dead horse to the dead again. Is that she gets so many messages. She gets bombarded with messages. Yours won't stand up to her, plain and simple, unless your profile stands up to her. The only way your message will stand up to her is if your profile stands up to her. If you're a millionaire and you have Lamborghinis and Ferraris and you take pictures with them or your mansion or your yacht and you post that on your Tinder profile or on your Instagram, yes, you're gonna get a lot more results than you would if you're just an average Joe trying to get girls off of online. So you have to understand that factor first. I mean, yeah, sure, you can still get laid with some girls if you're an average guy, but those are not the girls you want to be seen out with in public. You don't want to take these girls out in public. That's gonna lower your own. That's gonna lower your own SMV if you get seen with them out in public. Anyways, so fellas, I know that you guys don't have a lot of options and this and that, but you have to make sure that you're not being making a fool out of yourself. You're not wasting your time out here. When you're online, why are you liking these girls' pictures? Why are you commenting on them? Not even comment. Why are you double tapping? Why? It's useless. It's pointless. But as I was saying about those two girls, so the girl, the second one, when I asked her about when her schedule is open, when she's free, she told me she's usually free on Tuesdays, and that was a Tuesday when I met her. But that was already at like 7, 8 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock at night. I was like, oh, okay, so I'll hit you up next Tuesday. She asked me back. She's like, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, oh, what's up? She's like, well, let's hang out if you want to. So she offered me that. That's sign of high interest, fellas. And she came over that night and we did our thing. And I met this girl off of online. Obviously, now we can say that girls who do this are promiscuous, this and that. But every single girl are promiscuous. Some girls just have less shame than others. That's about it. There's no good deal out here in this market anymore. They have all been ran through. They have all been used up. They all have bought into this feminist ideology. So all you need to worry about is at least finding someone or a couple of them who you can keep on your rotation and get your physical needs done while you're on your purpose trying to build your life up. Because the last thing you want to do when you're trying to build your life up on your purpose is keep wasting your time on these women trying to cuff them up. Or vice versa, they wasting your time trying to cuff you up. Or getting yourself into a long-term or even medium-term relationship. That's the last thing you want to do before you have built your life up yet. Because ultimately there's going to be some time taken away from your own life, your own purpose, your own goals and vision to give it to your partner if you're in a relationship. That's just that. You cannot put that in any other way. That's just gonna happen. That's bound to happen. If you have somebody else in your life, you're gonna have to give them time. Just look at your own family members. You spend time with your family members, right? So just add another person in there. Now your time goes away from you a little bit more to that one extra person. Same difference. And your purpose, your career, your business, whatever it is that you're building, needs constant 24/7, 7 days a week worth of work. You can't afford to lose time like that. Money, you can get it back. Health, you can get it back. Well, unless you have something rare case or rare disease going on. Time, no amount of money can buy you that. I'll talk about that relationship stuff and how she takes you time away from you in another video coming up. But fellas, please, please, please understand this, that 98% of women out here are going to waste your time. Because, and then the other girl that I was telling you about, not the one who asked me what I'm doing on Tuesday, but the other one that I met a couple weeks ago. The first time I asked her, let's hang out sometime, I was like, yeah, sure, let's make it happen. And that wouldn't be the first time a girl telling me that. So I was like, okay, so she passed the initial test. Because there's tons of girls out here. When you ask her the first time, let's hang out sometimes, or you say that to her, she automatically starts putting hurdles in your way. Like, oh, I don't know you like that. Maybe we'll see this and that. She's already acting wishy-washy. Even if you meet girls in person, I'm not just talking about online. Even if you meet girls in person and you game her a little bit, and this and that, even then she's going to try to act wishy-washy and this and that. You don't have time for this. You can play. You can try to pass our SHIT tests once you have built your life up. Until that point, I highly suggest you don't do it. So, yeah, after she told me that, I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. So a couple days later, I asked her, I'm like, okay, so what are you doing today, or what are you doing tomorrow? She's like, oh, nothing. I'm like, okay, let's hang out. She's like, yeah, sure. See, that instantly that told me, okay, I'm getting this one. Because there's tons of girls out there too who's gonna say yes to the initial one, and then they'll start acting wishy-washy. We just talked about it a few minutes ago. So fellas, save your time. Don't waste your time. That's the main point of this video. That's what I'm trying to get at. Your time. I cannot stress this enough. How important your time is. How valuable that thing is. Time. Whenever I approach girls after I get choosing signals, obviously, because if you're not getting choosing signals, fellas, there's no point going up to there, because that's another way of wasting your time. If you're not getting choosing signals at all and you go up to someone and she starts acting all nice to you and all bubbly to you, she's wasting your time. Promise you that. Especially if she has already scoped you out, she knows what you look like, what you're about, this and that. She's wasting your time. Because as I said, it's a rush of validation, it's a rush of attention that she gets every time a man comes up to talk to her, DMs her, asks her to take her out, this and that, because she's saying that I'm so wanted, I'm so valued, that I'm not even having to do anything and I'm getting all these gifts, all these free things from all these guys. Attention to them is the same thing as getting laid to us. Is the same thing as getting another notch on our belt to us. That's how big of a rush it is to women. Attention is. And anyway, so whenever I go up to a girl after I get choosing signals and I start talking to him, I spend maybe 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes max, 3 minutes max, and then I will try to close the deal. And I would usually just talk about, oh, okay, yeah, do you know any food places around here, or this and that, or what do you like to do, this and that? Would you like to hang out sometimes? Are you from here, this and that? What's your name? Just basic stuff, and then just act like you have to go somewhere, or tell her that, hey, I gotta get going somewhere, but would like to carry this conversation some other time, or let's hang out some other time, this and that. Because if you keep elongating that conversation, if you keep dragging that conversation, and at the end of it you don't get the number, or you can't close the deal, what have you just done? You have wasted 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 15 minutes instead of 2 or 3 minutes. That's why I always keep that short. And then when I get her number, I'll always, the first text, I'll be like, hey, like I'll exchange numbers, so she has my number in her phone as well. So like, hey, so what's your, the first message I usually always send is that, so what's your weekend like, or what you doing this week? I'm already trying to get her schedule to make plans. Because then I'll be able to figure out pretty quick if she's here to waste my time or not. If I'm asking these making plan type of questions already from the get-go, now she can either make me wait hours to reply back, which is an indicator of wasting my time. Now she can try to say, oh, I'm busy this day, this day, or she might say, oh, I don't know what my schedule is. Fellas, when females say that, I don't know what I'm doing, that's the number one BS. They know exactly what they're doing, and you're not it. That's why they were saying it, that I don't know my plans. They know exactly what their plans are. Or either that, or what they're saying is, you're so low value. I don't value at all. I value to the point that's so low that I'm going to keep my plans and options open for anything and everything else that come in my way. And if I can't make anything happen or any other plan happen, then maybe I'll give you the last chance. Then maybe I'll come to you for the last resort to entertain me for my weekend or for that day. So I don't know yet, or did she just tells you I'm busy all the time, I work all the time, and she doesn't tell you, but I'm free. It's like she doesn't give you a rain check or anything like that. Those are all signs of indicators of her wasting your time. And then I already talked about how she shows up and then doesn't want to put up, or she doesn't even want to show up and cancels the date on the last minute, etc., etc. These are all signs of wasting your time, fellas. Again, they don't have a vision. They don't have a long-term goal. They're only here for, you know how they say in their Instagram bio all the time that not here for a long time, I'm only here for a fun time. What do you think they're trying to get at? That's what they're saying, is that wherever the fun is, wherever the fun guys are, wherever I can have all the fun is where I'll go. You, on the other hand, you're a man with your stuff together. Maybe you're a little boring. Maybe you don't have a good big social life of friends, and maybe you don't do crazy or dangerous things. Because they love to go after the bad boys who are getting chased by the cops, who have motorcycles, who jump from airplanes, and skydive and this and that. Maybe you don't do any of that. Maybe you just live a boring, regular life, but you make a decent living, not even tons of money. She's not gonna be attracted to you because she wants that rush. And unless you can give that rush to her, she's just gonna be wasting your time. Because girls always need guys in their orbits. Even if they're married, they're gonna have some sort of guys in her orbits. Her husband's friends, maybe her own old friends. Oh, he's just a friend. He lives in another state. Some girl told me that once. He lives in another state. Doesn't matter where he lives. We have phones that he can communicate with you with. So, and you're getting the need of your attention from multiple guys, and you're getting the need of your bedroom fun from one guy or two guys maybe. But there's tons of guys in your orbit, and you're using all of them. And all of them that are thinking that they're gonna get some from you at some point, but maybe they will, maybe most likely they won't, because she's just here to waste your time. Fellas, I hope this video made sense. I've gone over 20 minutes because I was rambling, but you guys get the idea. Save your time, don't waste it. Time is something you'll never get back. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, stay classy.